Standard cost inventory is a fascinating topic, isn't it? It's like the backbone of many manufacturing and production businesses, quietly working behind the scenes to ensure that everything runs smoothly. But what exactly is it? At its core, standard cost inventory is a method of valuing inventory based on predetermined costs for materials, labor, and overhead. Imagine a restaurant that knows exactly how much it costs to produce each dish on the menu before the first order is even placed. This system can be incredibly beneficial in industries where production processes are consistent and predictable. Let's talk about the strengths first because, honestly, who doesn't love a good strength? One of the biggest advantages of standard cost inventory is that it provides a more accurate picture of the actual cost of goods sold. By incorporating all direct and indirect costs, businesses can see where their money is really going. This clarity can be a game changer when it comes to decision making. You know that feeling when you finally figure out where your budget is going. It's empowering. And speaking of empowerment, standard cost inventory can also motivate employees. When everyone understands the cost structure and how their efforts can impact profitability, they're more likely to strive for efficiency. It's like when you're on a team project and everyone is pulling together to achieve a common goal. There's a sense of camaraderie and it feels good to contribute to something bigger than yourself. But hold on a second, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some weaknesses to consider too. One of the main challenges is maintaining accurate records of actual costs. Costs can fluctuate based on a myriad of factors, supplier changes, seasonal variations, you name it. If a business isn't diligent about tracking these fluctuations, it can lead to errors in calculating the standard costs. Imagine trying to bake a cake without measuring the ingredients properly. You might end up with something that looks great on the outside but tastes terrible on the inside. And let's not forget about the potential for short-term thinking. When managers are focused on meeting standard costs, they might prioritize immediate savings over long-term improvements. It's like that old saying, penny wise, pound foolish. Sure, saving a few bucks today might feel good, but what about the bigger picture? What about investments that could lead to greater efficiency down the line? There's also this issue of precision. Standard costs can create a false sense of security. Just because a cost is predetermined doesn't mean it's accurate. It's like assuming the weather will always be sunny just because it was last week. Relying too heavily on these estimates can lead to suboptimal decision making. A manager might think they're doing great because they're hitting those standard costs, but if actual costs are significantly different, the business could be in trouble. So, what's the takeaway here? Standard cost inventory can be a valuable tool, especially in industries with well-defined production processes. It provides clarity, motivates employees, and aids in planning. But it's crucial to be aware of its limitations. Maintaining accurate records, avoiding short-term thinking, and being cautious about relying too heavily on predetermined costs are all essential to making the most of this system. Now, let's shift gears a bit. Is inventory really an asset? Absolutely. Inventory is considered a current asset on a company's balance sheet. It represents the raw materials and finished goods ready for sale. While it does tie up cash, think of it as money sitting on a shelf. It can also be a source of revenue. When managed correctly, inventory can help businesses navigate production bumps and respond to unexpected demand spikes. But here's the kicker. Some people argue that inventory is a liability. Why? Because it ties up cash that could be used elsewhere, and it can become outdated or damaged. It's like having a closet full of clothes you never wear. Sure, they're assets, but they're also taking up valuable space and resources. To optimize inventory, businesses need to consider various factors, including the type of inventory they're managing and their overall goals. Implementing just-in-time ordering systems can help ensure that inventory levels are aligned with actual demand, reducing the risk of excess stock. And leveraging technology can streamline inventory management processes, making it easier to track levels and turnover rates. Now, you might be wondering if you need an inventory expert to manage all this. The answer is, it depends. While having an expert can certainly help improve inventory management programs, it's also about finding the right balance. Sometimes, a fresh set of eyes can identify inefficiencies that someone too close to the process might overlook. In conclusion, standard cost inventory is a powerful tool that can significantly impact a business's bottom line. It offers clarity, motivation, and a structured approach to managing costs. But like any tool, it must be used wisely. By understanding its strengths and weaknesses, businesses can make informed decisions that will help them thrive in a competitive marketplace. So, whether you're a small business owner or part of a larger organization, take a moment to evaluate your inventory practices. Are you leveraging the power of standard cost inventory to its fullest potential? If not, it might be time to dive deeper and see how you can optimize your approach. After all, a well-managed inventory can be the difference between success and stagnation.